Hello everyone, welcome to this session. This will be the last session on our translucent series. Hope it helped you enrich your practice and you learned small little ways of enhancing the look of your tile, your tangles. Today we will explore two more ways of how you can use the translucence technique. I'll try and draw two tiles in today's session, but if the time does not allow, probably I'll break it up into two sessions. Right, so what I'm going to do is I have a regular square tile, and in this tile I'll try and draw tangles in layers. Right, so I'm just creating few sections like this, right, and then again I leave the in between space and draw another curved line like this. Right, and then I'm going to start tangling in the center. So I'm drawing a stem with my pencil here, like this. Yeah, and once I'm drawn the stem with my pencil, now I'm going to draw the tangle vertigo on one side. So I'm going to draw it a little differently because I plan to ink the background. Yeah, so in that case I will have to add the double line stem, and I'm drawing leaf kind of shape. You can draw these kind of shapes also, right? So if you wish, you can go with the standard way the tangle vertigo is drawn, or you can draw it this way. It is entirely up to you. Right, so I'm going to draw it in that fashion. First drawing the first layer of leaves, like these. Yeah, and then I'm going to cross it, draw the second layer of leaves. So now I'm going to draw behind. Again, draw one like this. So go with whatever spaces you have. Again, I'm going to draw behind, just the way we draw the tangle vertigo, but I've chosen to draw it with, say, these leaf shapes or petal shapes. Drawing my second layer, where you draw behind, cross the first layer, yeah. So take your time, slowly on one side, draw your vertigo with your pen, and the other side I'm going to draw with my pencil. Yeah, so wherever you find there are some spaces, you can insert some more. So after the first layer, it's more of drawing behind. So find those spaces and insert the leaves wherever you can. Right, now I'm going to ignore the aura that I drew first, adding another line, adding a thin aura, one more, like this. Right, now the other part, so one part of the stem I'm inking, like this. Right, again there are few spaces, so just wherever you feel like, insert that. The other part I'm going to draw with the pencil. Right, so we have this pencil stem. I'm just going to run through it once again, and now I'm just going to add the same leaf shapes again. Yeah, like this. So draw with your pencil. Take your time, no hurry. Now I'm going to draw the second layer. I'm going to cross it. So just in case you are new to my channel, do subscribe if you are watching the video. And I've almost covered all the Zentangle original tangles in my videos, earlier videos. And most of the tangles that I use in my sessions are tangles that I've already taught. So you can always go back to my videos and learn how to draw the tangle if you are not comfortable following me here in this video. You think you want to learn from the scratch, so that's the place to be, the earlier videos. So although I do try and draw slowly, explain how, but those are videos specifically dedicated to drawing how to draw the tangles, right? So definitely they would give you a better idea. So you can always go back. I see many people following my channel but not many subscribing to it. Please do subscribe if you like my videos. I don't say it often on my channel because I'm too engrossed in drawing. Yeah, but do subscribe. So we have drawn one side. Yeah. So now comes the time to ink, right? Now it is up to you. Just use a bolder nib, probably an 08, and ink the background black. Right? So first, these small little spaces, probably we should be working with a finer nib. I'm just filling the outside first. The bigger spaces, yeah. So take your time and ink the outside space between your vertigo and the aura that we have added, yeah. And we will do the same on the other side with our pencil. So I'm first inking the bigger spaces and then we will get into the smaller spaces with our O1 probably. Right? So I'm almost finishing inking the outer section. Take your time, slowly go to each of the section and fill it in. Right? So once we are done with that, I'm now going to pick up my finer nib and go to the in-between smaller spaces and ink them also. Yeah. So take your time. So I am done with that exercise. Now next thing is to do the same exercise with your pencil, right? So you have to be little more careful, or maybe I'll use another Tortolone. There is not much of graphite there. So you need to be little more careful as you are working with the used Tortolone. So first going with the bigger spaces left outside. right? And then probably I'll just touch wherever I see some bit of space where we need to add graphite. I'm just using my tip, almost holding my stub perpendicular, because I want very concentrated graphite there. Yeah. So done with that. Now rest of the space, again I'm going to add another tangle, but in the same fashion we will alternate things. Yeah, so I will add jongle. So I'm drawing the jongle grid. You can add any other tangle that you wish to draw. Again, jongle is a tangle which will have inked portions, and that's why we are choosing it, right? So it will be better to go with tangles which have such inking. So I'm drawing my jongle now. So this is the jongle grid. Lines running parallel to each other, but zigzag lines. These are all Zentangle originals. So Zentangle headquarters has already come out with a couple of new tangles in the last few newsletters, in the last Zen Again. Next coming up series will be on exploring those new tangles. So I'm done with that exercise on one side. Now I'm going to do the same exercise on the other side, but with my pencil. Yeah. So it's great fun to draw your tile in this fashion also. So I'm drawing the same tangle jongle on the other side also, just that I'm drawing it with my pencil now. Yeah. And then again the same exercise of spaces are small, you need to be a little careful. So in jongle we ink alternate sections. So I'm doing the same exercise with my pencil here. Yeah. Take your time. Use your blending stub to add that inked effect to your jongle. Yeah. Now I'm going to do the same exercise with my pen here. Yeah. So again pick up a boulder nib or a pen and do the same exercise on the other side also. Take your time. Go to each of the sections and ink it. Yeah. Still inking my jongle. Alternate blocks to be inked. The last few left. And we are done. Yeah. So now let us add some shading to this part of the jungle. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and add some bit of graphite there. Yeah. There, then leave one, the next, then leave one, the next. Yeah, and with the soft hand I'm going to just blend it a little. Avoid putting your hand on this pencil part, it will smudge. Yeah, a little bit of shading there, and we are done. So that is a layered tile. Yeah, so we have used translucence and we have tangle normally also, and we have done that in layers, so it has a totally different look. Yeah, so that's another way to draw your tile using the translucence concept. Now if you want, you can add little bit of shading on these, probably on one side, but it has to be really little, few touches here and there. Yeah, so I'm just going to add some bit of graphite on one side. Not use the pencil much, use whatever is there already. Just a touch of shade, not much. Yeah, so that's one way, another way to use it. Now let us explore a little more. So what I'm going to do is, Zentangle headquarters recently launched the TransluZence Z tiles. So the advantage of those tiles is that you draw on one side of the tile and you automatically tangle on the other side also. And you can create great special effects, right? You can draw something on the front and again adds few other things at the back, incorporating what is already drawn in the front. So it looks beautiful, right? But the tile is translucent, right? So you draw on one side and you automatically tangle on the other also, and you can add few things on both sides or on one side and it automatically gets added to the other side also. Now this is not a translucent tile, this is a normal tile. However, we used to give that kind of an effect on this tile also, right? So I will just take the common example, the most commonly used or made tile these days is this one, where we give the effect of something going from inside and then coming out. Now this section we will give the translucence effect. I have just drawn two curved lines here, right? More or less straight, just curved at the ends, and we are going to shade on these two sides and we are going to draw this and this clearly visible, and this space will be translucent. Yeah, so let's get started. I am going to start with some nice mukas or a mix of tangles, right? So first I am just going with simple tangling on both sides, and the in between we will try and connect these two, right? So you can use a mix of tangles. Feel free to draw whichever tangle you feel like. I'm just giving you an example of giving the translucence effect on your normal tile. Yeah. So that's how we generally used to draw. So drawing some nice mukas there. Again, you can insert as many as you want. Right? Again, drawing behind. Take your time. Right, so I have drawn some random mukas here. Now make sure your pencil is sharp, or you can use the mechanical pencil as I mentioned earlier also. And now I'm going to build those connections first wherever possible, and then draw some extra also. Right? So first I'm trying to build those connections in between like this wherever I can. Yeah, don't worry too much. They don't have to be exact, just that they will look more realistic if you draw them in this fashion. Right? So I have done that exercise at least for yes, these many. And now I'm going to extend it more and draw my mukas here also. Like these. Yeah. So feel free to draw the way you wish to. Yeah. Again, going to start here. Not thinking much where, what. Going with the spaces I have. Again, going to add here. Again, you can extend the stem here. You can draw any tangle you feel like. Whole lot of tangles that you can choose from. Lot of drawing behind here. I'm using both my pencil and pen at the same time. You can also have partly with pen and partly with pencil. Yeah, so explore that also. It will look more realistic. Yeah. So just, it's more about exploring, it's more about enjoying, it's more about trying new things. So this is something we have been already doing, just that we have done the translucent series, so this becomes relevant, and it's a quick recap of what we have already done. Yeah. So just keep drawing as many mukas as you want. I have also drawn some simpler version of muka here, just to give a little extra zen, some fescues, and then just add an aura. Yeah. So this is also one more way of giving that effect. Now the upper mukas which are clearly visible, you can always go ahead, add that extra zen, add some rounding, add some whatever you feel like to enhance its look. Yeah. So just do that exercise. I just wanted to show how we use translucence in this way also. And then we generally add thick graphite here. It's like a shadow because these seem to be going under. and then just blend it with a very light hand, pull it away. Yeah. So that's one more way. You can always, of course, go back and add some shading to your mukas. So add a touch of shade there. Yeah, and we are done. Nothing else is required as far as giving that effect is concerned. Yeah. So that's also one more application. You can draw your tile in this way also. You can also use those cuts that we make in different ways, right? For example, you can give a really wonky style cut. For example, something like this. Some orbs there, some holes there, right? So you can give a really wonky, a really, a different kind of these cuts that you create for creating the translucence look, and just give that look in this in between section and draw normally in the other section, right? So try different things. There is no limit to what you can create using this technique. And these are two more ways to draw the same tile, giving the translucence effect. I will see you again, and in the new session, new series, we are going to explore some of the new tangles that Zentangle headquarters have recently come out with, and we will learn how to draw them. We will explore different ways of drawing them, draw tiles together, right? And it will be a good practice, good way to enhance our tangle skitty. Yeah. So have a good time. Bye bye.